Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medina Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called I Don't Know Your Name. Ooh. The ingredients: 1 ounce of Irish whiskey, 1 ounce of peach schnapps, and 1 ounce of sour mix, a splash of lime soda. So in a cocktail shaker filled with ice, you're going to pour that Irish whiskey, peach schnapps, and sour mix in, shake well, strain, and add the splash of lime soda. I love lime soda. And enjoy it. I don't know your name.
I don't think I've ever had any whiskey with like a Sprite.
I don't either, but I feel.
I wonder.
Oh no, I have. I did it one time because I didn't have no other mixers, and I was like, I got a Sprite.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you just try. It was actually good because whiskey's so strong, Sprite's so sweet. It's a nice little mix. Have you ever had sex with someone and you see them in the future, you don't remember the name?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so glad you said that.
It's called having a life. I don't have one anymore, but yeah, and it's just like, damn. And then it's like, I don't want to speak.
Yeah, you're just like, I hope someone says their name. I
your
hope someone
name.
says their name.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, dang, like I did fuck him.
Or just being around somebody that you should know their name and you don't.
Really? And you genuinely don't. You're not even trying to be rude. You're just like,
fuck.
Do you know my name? Oh, shit, they do.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome back to Cocktail Dirty Discussions, you guys.
Hey,
how are you?
I'm doing good. I talked to my therapist and she said that I need to stop overthinking dating and I need to have fun.
Okay.
And I thought it was funny that before we started recording, we were talking about like, juggling multiple people and how all of a sudden it has gotten hard for me. It didn't used to be. I used to enjoy it, but now I don't enjoy it. And I was telling her how it gives me anxiety and it's just like too much. And then I'm like, she's like, well, just have fun.
What about it is too much?
Sometimes I feel like I have to tell a lie. Like if I go on a trip with a nigga and then the other one calls me, I feel like I have to lie or not pick up the phone. And I don't know why I did that to myself because technically even if I pick up the phone, it's okay. But I also just think about what the other person's thinking. I know you're going to be mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes we do try to spare somebody's feelings, even if it is with a little white lie.
Yeah, a little white lie or a little
Why do they call them white lies?
Why do they call it? And I feel like it has something to do with racism because why the white lie got to be a good lie?
Right. I totally agree. I'm going to look that up. Or
Me
one of y'all will
too.
probably tell us.
Shoot.
Whenever we hear it. Like
Somebody
with the hush
is.
puppies.
And somebody was really like, so
a lot of people were sending us stuff. I was like,
wow,
thank you guys asking. It is given.
Appreciate it.
I would like to have several men to juggle. I just lose interest so quickly. And I think that that's why I get so clinky with the ones I do like. Because it's like if you haven't annoyed me and it's been more than like 36 hours, like you might be good.
Do you think you get annoyed so quickly or turned off so quickly just because of the society we're in and we have everything so instantly?
No, because I don't be having a lot of niggas. I should not be cutting them off like that. And then I go through these long extended droughts and it's like, damn, I shouldn't have cussed him out so quick. But like, I was just irritated. And it's like, I just feel like that's so Raven and I'm looking into my future and you're going to be irritating me. I don't want to be irritated. I could do bad by myself.
Yeah.
But then I'd be by myself and stuff.
When you are irritated by a nigga that likes you, that feeling that's sitting in your soul is just like, you just feel dirty.
Especially when it comes time to like vocalize it. Because then it's like, I know I'm about to come off like super bitchy and I don't want to do this because the person really didn't do anything but be themselves. I just don't like
your existence.
them. Yeah. And then it's like, well.
And God forbid you agree to like meet up with them and then the day comes and you're like, why did I do
say
this?
Just dreading it.
But he picked a really good place to eat and you're like,
I did want to try it.
I do want to try it. I'm about to get an appetizer. I'm getting the cocktail. I'm getting you ever get a dessert cocktail? And normally I don't be getting dessert cocktails on my own, but I'm on a date, nigga. I'm getting a coffee.
Give me a little espresso martini. I will get it by myself with them. Everybody, we getting the desserts if I'm feeling indulgent that day. That reminds me, I went out. This was a couple of months ago. And I ran into this guy. So, what is his name? It doesn't matter. We're just going to call him.
We was just talking about that.
Yeah.
Let's call him Cedric.
Well, I wanted to call him Popeyes because his eyes bug out.
Oh.
You look so concerned. But we can call him Cedric. Who is Cedric to you?
Nobody.
Because you used Cedric already.
Cedric always just reminds me of an annoying ass nigga. Sometimes his jokes be funny, but that nigga just annoying.
Cedric is not funny. So I never had sex with Cedric. I did kiss him once after he paid my rent one time, but like I almost threw up in my mouth.
Cedric.
That was nice. And I do think that he's a nice guy. I'm sure that, you know, somebody who's not as fickle and picky and shallow as me will see something great in him. But he just...
Do you think that men like that know that that's what most women are thinking? Like you're nice, but like, I really don't like you and I'm using you. Like, do you think men can feel that? Because I know when I've been used for something.
Yeah.
From a man. Maybe not a friend, unfortunately. But like, men, I'd be like, I know he ain't calling me again. He just want to give him pussy.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder. I feel like sometimes they do, but maybe it's just like, I don't even care. Like, I still want to be along for the ride. Like, I do that sometimes. Like,
that's where the heartbreaker in me comes in, because sometimes I think so much about their feelings that now they think I actually do like them and I don't.
I'll be like, I don't like kissing.
It's a Libra problem.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not that. But anyway, I saw him at a club, right? And I was like, fuck, y'all. It's, I'm trying to like hide my face and stuff, like turn my head. I was like, I know he's going to see me because it's only like a few girls in this area. We're all with the niggas. I was trying to get chose by this other man who was standing up. He was fine as hell. And then here comes his ass weeble wobbling all the way
confident.
over. Yeah. And he kept walking past the section. So every time he walked past the section, I know I looked crazy because I would like quickly turn. Like, I didn't care. I just did not want him to see me. I was talking to people I did not know, doing all kind of crazy stuff. Anyway, he caught me slipping. He just kept walking. And this is why sometimes, you know, persistence pays off. At least he got to shake my hand. So I shook his hand in the club.
Beyonce.
And he was like, hey. And I was like, fuck. Hey. And he went in for a hug. I put my hand out for a handshake.
Did he notice?
He had to notice. Other people that we were with noticed and they're giggling and he didn't care. It's like...
That's why men be running the world, because they don't care. He's like, I don't care.
I don't care. Anyway, he was trying to like have a conversation. So I felt bad, but I just had to like turn and talk to this girl and act like we had already been in the middle of a conversation. And I was just talking like the teacher on Charlie Brown. Womp, 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 womp. I'm just trying to talk to her. It's the club. He can't hear no way. But it's just like, you, sir, know that I wasn't interested in you. I told you that with the words. And I was like, you know what? Honestly, I have tried and tried and tried. We can be friends, but if you're going to keep pushing up on me, like we're going to date, it's just, I can't be around you. And I feel bad about it. I really do. But yeah, I just thought about him. And
you feel bad because his feelings, or you just feel bad because you wish you liked him?
I don't wish I liked him. I feel bad just because of his feelings. Like, he was also kind of annoying and he would always sit too close to me. Like, obviously, I thought I was hanging out with a friend and he was on a date. Except we were with each other, so like...
See, I wonder, like, when the men really don't get it. Like, are you on the spectrum? For real. Like, all jokes aside, I do be wondering that. Like, how do you not... People that don't pay attention and aren't aware of just, like, body language. Basic body language. Social skills. Like I said, I can tell when someone is done with a conversation. You're talking too much, and now it's like they're lost. You're now rambling. Or when someone is just not into you how you're into them.
I think that he was hopeful that he could wear me down and change my mind. That's what I think it was. And then it was just like he kept trying to do things to be like this knight in shining armor. Like the things that you want a man to do for you and like come in and save the day. But just like the aesthetic wasn't giving knight in shining armor. It was...
What are your aesthetics giving? I wonder what are yours giving?
I don't know. I wonder that too.
I think mine give...
Obviously, it's giving prostitute the past couple of times I've been out because, like, I was telling Medina, I was like, I'm at this bar again, and the people are talking to me, and I can tell they think I'm a hooker.
Was it a hotel bar?
No, I wasn't, but there were condos upstairs.
And that's really what the prostitutes do. They go and sit at the... I know they
Remember we used to go to the 12 all the time? Mm-hmm. A lot of those girls were prostitutes.
Stop.
And a lot of people
thought we were?
They definitely did. Because they told me.
Y'all, Kiki and I, we used to call the bar at the 12, Old Faithful. Mm-hmm. We would always go there. Sometimes you hit your girls, you're like, what we gonna do? No one has a plan. We'd be like, Old Faithful, because it was always faithful to us. We would go, we didn't have to pay a tab. We were gonna meet men. It was gonna be a good time. We ended up knowing the bartender.
Do too much.
Yeah, I would always get that barbecue chicken pizza. I miss the 12. Is it still open?
It is, but they changed the restaurant to an Italian restaurant.
Oh,
it's called Allura, and I haven't.
Do they still have that bar?
They have the bar, but they kind of changed it a little bit. But I haven't tried it.
We used to have a really good time there. I mean,
it used to be the spot.
Always used to meet a man there. It was great.
Ooh, R.I.P. to the old 12.
R.I.P. to the old 12.
That was a good time.
Maybe we could do a Patreon episode where we try to go back to Old Faithful and just give an update on if the nigga's still there.
We can do an expose. We are live on the scene.
Here we are. We're like walking.
It's a 10-year challenge.
Sir, are you looking for a prostitute?
We can't do that now.
We would be going to jail.
Yeah, because they're definitely going to think that we're the ones working. But yeah, that's what I think mine is giving. So what do you think yours is giving?
I think mine is giving a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets.
How so?
Because that is actually what it gives. Like, even though I talk as vulgar as I do, and my usage of the N-word is a lot on this show, when I meet men in real life in person, they always think I'm this goody two-shoes. And, you know, I like older men. They don't really know what a podcast is.
Yeah,
they don't know, like, this side of me. The niggas my age, they already know. They're already in the inbox like, so what you trying to, and I'm like, nigga, no. But so the older men, that's what they think about me. They're like, you're so classy. And like, you just, I love that you don't cuss a lot. And I'm like,
y'all, Medina changes her whole voice.
And I can't help it.
The way she carries her body and everything when she is around these. I mean, it's like.
And I'm so used to doing
Medina,
it.
is that you in there? Put your glasses down.
And I can't help it. I can't. Even when I try to, like, I'll be like, and my body's like, no, go to wifey stage. And like, that's what I think I give off when I'm with men. Even when I'm with like drug dealer dudes, they be like, hey, you so like classy. And I'm like, no, the fuck I'm not. If you only knew. The people in my building who see me drunk at the pool, they're like, look at the girl from Love and Hip Hop. I told you people think I was on Love and Hip Hop. I'd be like,
What do they think you are?
I have no idea.
I don't. That's one of the few shows I don't.
I don't either. So I'm like, I was in the elevator. I was like, I had to stop saying anything. I'm just like, yeah.
Hey, you want to take a picture? Tag me so I know who I am.
Hey, you can see my dog.
Now, with the guys that I'm dating, I'm trying to think of what they think. I think that they're surprised that I'm more laid back than I come off like online. I think that they think that like I probably have this long list of demands and I'm going to be really bitchy. But if I'm honestly trying to put a good foot forward and be open to dating a person, I don't act like that. It's in my head, and I'm gonna call my homegirls and talk about it later. But
maybe that's what they're feeling then, Kiki.
I'm saying if it happens. But I'm not going to be rude to you. I'm still going to be nice to you. I'm going to treat you how I would like to be treated. And so even if the date doesn't go well, like I can have a good laugh about it with my friends later and like run down the things that I did not like. But I'm not giving that to them. I don't know. I'm going to ask a man, what is it giving? What does my look give?
I want y'all to ask too, men and women. I actually want to know too. I want to know if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Because could you imagine if I thought I was giving off like class and they're like,
actually, no. We just thought you wanted to hear that.
Yeah, and you're like kind of naughty. Like I want to know, what am I giving? What are the aesthetics giving?
I definitely know Instagram is not a good reflection.
Absolutely not. I say this all the time.
Instagram, but
I don't like when I meet people and right off the bat they're asking for my Instagram because you're gonna get a totally different vibe from Instagram.
Like you don't even need to worry about that girl.
Yeah, and it depends on what week it was. Was I drinking? Because sometimes my Instagram comes off very ghetto. I be on that bitch drunk and cussing and talking about what I did in live going on. But then sometimes it's very family oriented. You might think I have kids. It's just not good to go off of it.
Somebody asked me if I had a kid the other day because I posted a picture with my niece and he was like, oh, I didn't know you had a kid. Where have you been hiding your kid? Turn the volume up, motherfucker. I said I'm with my niece for idiots like you. I don't have a kid. And if I had one, I don't even fuck with you. Leave me alone. You're blocked and that's why you're DMing me and now you're blocked again.
Ooh,
that was the computer, man. Block.
you guys, I just want to say before we move on to Weird Sex that I'm hosting a wellness retreat. It's called Paradise and Vibe. It's June 17th to the 24th. We're going to Morocco. If you want to go, hurry up and save your spot because we are almost sold out. You can come solo. You can bring your bae. Men, you are welcome to come. Men, grown men that are tall with beards, big healthy beards, and nice teeth with thick eyebrows. We want you there, baby boy.
Is this a wellness trip or like Love Island?
It could be whatever you want it to be. Y'all go to Paradise and Vibe. Go to paradiseandvibe.com and join.
Okay. Also, one other thing that I want to remind you guys of, besides our Patreon, new bonus episodes every week and a live every now and again. Green Chef. So I have been in the kitchen a lot, working on different meals, looking for different inspiration. I was actually on live the other day and people were asking, how do you figure out new things to try? A great option is to use Green Chef. If you go to Green Chef, it's a meal kit delivery service. You can put in your preferences for the types of foods that you like. You can even put in like, I don't like this, I'm allergic to this or whatever, so that when the menus come out, you get to choose a few options from the menu and you'll get like some new things that you probably haven't tried together. Different flavors, different spices, new vegetables. I really like trying new produce that I've never thought about cooking.
Right, that you didn't even know what it was. Like, that feels good to do that. It's like, oh, trying new things. Like,
especially because the grocery stores are empty right now.
Right? So actually, Green Chef is a really good option.
And they're like really high quality organic ingredients.
You can use it for date night. You guys, they also have, if you do have a family, they have a family plan where you can get a larger amount. So you guys go to greenchef.com/cocktails125 and you get $125 off. That includes free shipping. And this is the #1 meal kit for eating well.
Okay, now we're going to move on to weird sex.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
All right. So this week's weird sex. All right.
I'm scared.
We're taking it back down south to Florida. And right here outside of Atlanta in Gwinnett County. So we weren't joking when we told y'all about the human trafficking issues. This is kind of what's going on here. But it's basically a mother who is like pimping her own daughter out. So if you want to skip forward because it's too much for you to hear, skip forward. But let me tell y'all. So this Florida woman and a Gwinnett County man are under arrest in connection to a child sexual exploitation investigation that began way back in September. So the police say that Adrian Klein, who's 43, from Gulf Breeze, Florida, wherever that is, helped her 12-year-old daughter get from Texas to Gwinnett County, Georgia, which is just north of Atlanta, for a sexual encounter with a 20-year-old man whose name is Jasart Hoxha. What kind of name is that?
Getting sent right back to wherever you came from.
Okay, Klein and Hoxha arranged for the 12-year-old girl to fly from Texas to the Atlanta area and paid for a hotel for the girl to stay in and have sex with him, according to Gwinnett County Police. A Gwinnett County police detective said he found an explicit image of the victim and a lot of money while searching his house in Beaufort, Georgia. Police also accused him of exchanging sexually explicit messages with the victim before she arrived in Georgia. He was arrested back in December after a month-long investigation by Gwinnett County Police Department in Georgia and the Arlington Police Department in Texas.
Agtown.
She has been charged with second-degree enticing a child for indecent purposes and child cruelty. He faces child sex abuse charges, statutory rape, seducing children for obscene purposes, hiring using minors, and engaging in or supporting sexually explicit acts of visual media.
What's wrong with people? How can you do that?
Well, hold on. That last line concerned me. Sexually explicit acts of visual media. That's odd. Because I would think you would say it's for a child, not just doing it.
Oh.
Anyway, that's the story for this week. I don't know why people would do this. And it's sick and it's disgusting, but, keep sending those stories in so I can report them and you know who's living in your neighborhood.
Let me ask you something.
What?
When it's cold outside and we're in these winter, coldish months, do you ever forget to do the normal woman routinely maintenance?
Like what? Put on lotion?
Like shave your underarms.
Well, I wax mine and I keep that up.
Well, good for you, Kiki. Good for
Now,
you.
I will say, it's not that I forget, but maybe I'm out of town too long, and then it's like I need to get waxed, but I'm also trying to fuck this man tonight, so I'm just not gonna be throwing my hands all up.
And you really got to think about it, because I never thought about how often I'd be putting my hands up in there. And
It does make, I guess it would make it easier to forget since I'm not shaving because it's not gonna happen that often. So when it pops up,
when I tell you, I just happened to take a look at my underarms the other day, like when I was about to fucking nigga. It looked like, I mean, I could cornrow the bitch.
Medina, did you not shave since summer?
Here's what's happening.
What?
I take.
You was just with a man.
I take hair growth pills.
Okay.
And I haven't been, I was traveling for those 2 weeks. I forgot to bring a razor. I wasn't really thinking about it. I was with family. It's cold outside. I wasn't thinking about my armpits. I haven't had like a manicure or a pedicure. I just been, we covered up. It's not an excuse.
No, ma'am.
I was very embarrassed.
Especially
He called me a little caveman. He's like, all right then, little caveman. I was like, oh my God.
That's what you were acting like. Now, Medina, let's be honest. You may be single, but you actively date and you be fucking niggas.
But
Why would you
I
not?
haven't. Here's
In
the
the
thing.
winter?
Now, recently, I'm fucking niggas that are like, your old dick, your current dick. You're not
Yeah.
like, it's not like, I feel like when I was more like out there and just like new niggas all the time, then it was like I'm staying up to date. When you get like content, you forget and it's cold. Content and cold? Come on, bro.
This is what the men be complaining about. When women get content. You just said it. When you get content, you start letting yourself go.
When I went to shave my underarms, because I was like, oh my God, I forgot.
Did you have to cut it first?
I should have, but I didn't. But when I go get a wax, when I go get my Brazilian wax, I'm going to have to trim it first because it's going to be very painful if I don't. Bitch, it is. What was the little gorilla's name that got murked? Because he attacked the little...
Harambe?
It's a little Harambe. Harambita is in between my legs. But
Man,
when
I
went,
am concerned. And you just been serving that hairy puss up to people like that.
Like, it is not even a problem.
If I handed my pussy up and it was looking like moldy bread because it's full of all this fur, you still better eat it.
And that, I mean, it makes it sexier. It's like, you're a man.
It doesn't.
You better be a man. You know, what's that? That's like a manly thing to do.
Eat a
Don't
hairy
be scared of a
pussy.
little hair. It's just hair. It might get stuck in your teeth, but you're all right, bruh.
Exactly.
That's why I like dealing with foreign men. They ain't worried
Because-
about it. They're like, okay, what's up?
Foreign Bay. I mean, not Foreign Bay. Lieutenant Bay is not foreign.
He not, but he old. And he can't really complain on me because I'm like, nigga, with your nappy booty hair. You better not say that, but he did call me little caveman. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question for you. When you're dating and you're trying to juggle these people, I guess you kind of talked about it earlier, but how much do you actually share? So you said if you're out of town with one guy.
I'll be lying.
Okay. I prefer to just not answer the phone. I don't really like to share a whole lot. It makes me uncomfortable, and it's like, why do you want to know the details? You can know that I'm out of town. I might even say, yeah, I am with somebody else. So, like, leave me alone. Be respectful.
I'm trying to uncondition myself in doing that because I do both. I'll either lie or I will do the whole I'm just going to ignore you for a minute. But it always is going to end up being some sort of lie because I got to talk to you again when I get back. And then you're asking about the trip. What did you do? Who did you go with? And I'm like, ah. And I don't know why I lie. I feel like I don't want to lose the person. And even though people be like, be honest with me, you are going to be upset. Let's be honest. You're going to be upset if we're dating and I'm on a trip with another person, especially.
My feelings will be hurt and I would cry in the shower.
And especially if the person is like, this is someone who he does spend money. We're having a really good time, like better than what we have going on over here, but you're a great guy, and I'm keeping you on the team because you have a good heart. You kiss really well. You look good. You smell good. Like this one.
That's how you're going to explain it to him. I'm not laying you off.
I'm not. You still have your position.
I just had a business trip to make.
This is a business trip. But I don't share too much. I'm like, I don't think that if I am dating and no one is my actual boyfriend and I'm not cheating, I don't really think you need to know every detail about what I have going on with everybody. It just creates a toxic workplace.
Yeah.
It really does. Because what are you going to do with the information?
Yeah, and then it's like, I've had situations where I did share some information and it's like, you're begging me to tell you all these details. I'm going to tell you, it's going to hurt your feelings. And then it's like, why are you torturing yourself? Because now you have this information and now you're trying to run investigations. You're so busy trying to catch me in a lie. Like, aren't you stressed? Because I'm not, and I'm having a good time.
Or you hold on to it and you try to bring it up and like smack me upside of my head when we have an argument next week. And it's like, but this isn't really your place to do this, and you wanted to know. And I only know that people have an issue with this because I have tried to do that. And I want to know and like be open with me and tell me. And then you tell me and I'm mad. And I'm mad. And now I'm trying to do what you're doing. I don't even want to be doing that. And now I'm getting more mad because you're not mad that I'm doing what you just did to me. But I was mad that you did it.
Hot ghetto mess.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just wondering about that. I was having one of those conversations with someone the other day, and I'm like, you don't want to play this game. You don't want to know. You don't want to know, okay?
I'm not
you
somebody
just concentrate on your position, and you play your position well, and you try and be the MVP.
And here's the deal. When the positions are being played well, you don't even ask those questions. And I'm saying that from like...
because the MVP doesn't ask me.
Yeah. It's just that he just knows, even if you are fucking with somebody else, you think about me.
Yeah.
And so like that's
just because, I was
how you should be living your life. I've learned that when I'm asking too much, I've been in situations where I'm asking about your other situations, but it's because I feel like I'm the one lacking here.
Yeah, and I'm trying to like figure out what is this bitch lacking and how can I come in? Like, what's the weak spot? I'm trying to get my game plan together. But when I know that I am at the top, I don't be worried.
Yeah, you be like, here he go again. What? Mm-hmm. What you need?
Decline.
Speaking of conversations that people have been having lately, I had a conversation with someone the other day who I did go on a date with, and he really is a nice guy, and I do like him, and we just started talking about traveling, and he said that he only flies Spirit.
Why? Does he work for Spirit?
No, he doesn't. He said that he's just a simple traveler, and I wanted to know.
Oh, okay. Well, wait. How long can you be gone? And how simple can you really travel if you're on a long trip?
All I know is Spirit literally just like the seats don't even go back. And
I know, because it weighs the plane down.
If you pull up the thing on the travel thing, I don't know what it's called. It might used to be a flat 10, I forgot. The little safety card. It says you just paid for a ride. And like you there's no comfort. They're not trying to give you comfort. You're not getting a beverage if you're parched. It is not comfortable. And while he said he was a simple traveler, he also just asked me to go on a ski trip with him. Nigga, I'm not flying Spirit. It doesn't go together. But he was like, when I travel, I'm just worried about getting there. And I just wanted to know, like, I was having these thoughts and I was like, am I really going to not date someone just because they only fly Spirit? And I think the answer is yes. Because
why would he I feel like if a person comes to me and says, oh yeah, I want to take a trip, but I only fly Spirit, I feel like you're really telling me, bitch, I'm cheap.
No, that's not how it was presented. When we were talking about what he flies, it wasn't because we were talking about a trip.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what he's trying to say with that message, that I only fly Spirit, so don't be asking for no first class ticket, no Delta Comfort. I don't even know what the fuck that is. You better bring your own pillow. That's how I would take it. Would I date somebody who only flew Spirit? I mean, you can fly that. I'm still staying where I'm at.
So we would just fly separately.
Yeah. Because I'm not flying with you. Matter of fact, you want to come get one of my buddy passes or something? Like, I can see if I have a companion pass or something.
I got points.
I got miles. I got some upgrades. You want to come right over here on the, nice side? Experience.
I really was like, oh my God, like, am I materialistic?
Yes. And you know what? Sometimes we just are. And
I guess maybe we can have a different take. Everyone's so woke nowadays. Materialistic doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing.
Unless you ain't got it or not spending it. It's going to be real negative.
It's just certain people have
It's just like, okay, I can afford a few small luxuries in life, right? I can't get a PJ, but I can buy a ticket on a flight where the seat reclines. I mean, it's just a little things that I want because I want to enjoy the life that I have.
And I feel you on that. And so that's the thing of like, that also.
They do have good deals though.
Spirit? Of course they do. They
You
also
can get a $20 flight.
They also have recycled planes. Spirit gets the used bad planes.
Well, the planes are all pretty old. They just keep refurbishing
but
them.
Spirit gets the worst ones. I'm just saying, am I gonna act like I've never flown Spirit? No, I've flown Spirit. And if I was trying to get somewhere and that was the only way I could get there, I'm gonna go. But it's always the last resort. This nigga was like, I'm only flying Spirit regardless. And I was like,
I needed to get a last minute ticket one time and all the Delta flights were sold out. That's who I like to fly with. So I was like, well, I'll check Spirit because I'm just literally going for a day and coming right back.
were you scared that you were gonna see a listener and they're gonna be like, all right, bitch, y'all always be talking about Spirit?
No, I wasn't scared about that because I'd be like, you know why we're here, bitch. You're not gonna see me if you're not flying Spirit too. But no, Spirit has some fucking audacity because that ticket was over $200. And I said, and I can't even get a Coke. Hell no, I'm not paying $200 for a ticket. I ended up just not going because I was refusing to pay $200 for a one-way seat on Spirit.
And let me just say this
to
also.
a not far away location.
I also want to just add in because I know some people are going to be like, well, y'all going to have something to say. But here's the thing. Spirit also just doesn't have good customer service. Delta makes you feel like you are a queen. They smiling.
Absolutely do.
When my sister was traveling with her baby, they were like, we got you. Everyone was just so helpful. They're like,
How's your day?
Yeah, would you like another cookie? Like everyone's just
Yes,
so.
I would.
Yeah, like everybody's just so nice on Spirit. They're like, bitch, what do you need?
Sit your ass down.
And then they're like, oh, and we canceled the flight. You got to buy a new one. You're like,
yeah.
And my bag, where's my bag? They're like, what bag?
Bitch, I don't know.
Well, I have a confirmation number. They're like, well, it ain't pulling up in the system, so what? And
Good
you're
luck.
like, wait, hold on. I just can't get, it's just it's an experience with Spirit. You be stressed and sad.
Sometimes that is why, like, the stuff that costs more, some people will be like, I don't know why you would spend more on this to go somewhere. The customer service is everything.
On point. Let me tell you something. I ain't never been to a Chick-fil-A that didn't tell me it's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you. They're like, it's our pleasure. Oh, yeah. Can y'all take tips? Customer service is everything. It feels horrible to be treated badly and you just paid all this money. Fuck y'all.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So when we were leaving the studio, I have a story to tell.
Okay.
When we were leaving the studio last time, one of my homegirls DM'd me, my other homegirl's man, with the eyes and was like,
I hate being
how do
involved
you
in
know
stuff
him?
like that.
Instantly sweating. I was in here pacing. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm about to have to fight this nigga and I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm glad I've been going to gun classes. Like, I'm just thinking it through.
Fight him or kill him. God damn.
I was gonna shoot him in his legs. I was watching Euphoria, and have you seen it?
I haven't watched it yet.
It's just
I'm still
premiere.
trying to finish Insecure.
Anyway, so I was just like running through a million different scenarios. And so I messaged her back when I see it, and I was like, that's such and such's man. How the fuck do you know him? Because I'm sending the eyes back like, girl, how you know him?
I just want to say, I love how us black women cut for our friend and their man. Like, we'd be like, who? Like, it's our nigga.
Yeah, because that's how it was feeling. It's like, you fucking with the family at this point. So I'm all stressed out and I'm like, okay, do I tell my friend? Do I not tell my friend? Like, we've talked about that a million times on the show about what we would do. And this particular friend, I feel like we have a good enough relationship. She would want me to tell her, and it would be worse if I didn't, even if it was just something else. So I was like, who is he fucking? I hope it's not this friend because she ain't even told me about this and we're just catching up and like, what's going on? Anyway, long story short, she messages me back and she was like, oh, well, never mind. I'll mind my business then. And I was like, oh, no, sis, you're not just going to mind your business. What is going on? So she was like, oh, nothing. He just works out at the same gym as me and I thought he was cute. So I was wondering more about him. He doesn't ever talk to anybody, but since he's taken, like, I'll just mind my business. That's all. I said, girl, you should have put all that in the first message.
What is she lying?
I don't think she's lying.
Okay.
Because she was like, oh, I just saw, she was like, I've seen him and then I've seen you in his likes on his page. And I was like, oh yeah, that's why. She was like, oh yeah, it makes sense. He obviously is going home to his family and that's why he doesn't talk to anyone. And I said, oh, thank God I don't have to tell on this man because I was stressed out. Probably not at the gym.
Oh. I want my man to wear his ring at the gym. The ring better be on your finger. I am not playing. Because bitches, see, I be looking at people's hands. And if you don't have a ring, I am looking like...
Well, I think it just...
Put the ring on.
I want my husband to have his ring on.
When you're working out, when you shower, when you go to the doctor, when you go through the airport security... If you're an actor and they're like, well, we need to take the ring off, tell them to put makeup over it. Put the ring on.
Makeup over the ring?
And he gonna have that ring on. I'm not playing with y'all. He got a ring.
He gonna be unemployed. Wait on the phone to ring for a married role. Okay, I've got my own ring. I've got the prop. Yeah, so I don't know, but that stressed me the fuck out.
That would have stressed me out too. And handling situations like that, it doesn't only stress you out because now you're like, no one wants to tell. Sometimes you enjoy telling people bad news if you don't like somebody, but if you do,
like them,
you don't. No one wants to share that bad news, especially that type of bad news. Because if you have been in that situation before, and sometimes you think about how it normally goes, and the people are going to stay together, and now you look like the bad person because you done told the business, and now it's just weird. And the friend, if I was in a situation like that again, because I've been in it and lost a whole group of friends because I would, if I'm a tell, I would tell my friend, here's the deal. If you're going to talk to your man about it, husband or boyfriend, I need you to leave my name out of it. Because if you know that from this, you're going to stay with him, there's no reason for now him to not like me and you going to now start trying to distance yourself from me because I told you something trying to be a good friend. If you're going to stay with him, do not tell him, blame it on somebody else. Don't blame it on me because now I can't come over no more.
Coworker, okay?
Right.
You looking at me crazy. I'm scared to drink wine at your house now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in it.
I can't spend the night no more. Your nigga looking at me like, why is she here? Like, I don't want to have that discomfort
he gonna
either.
smother me.
Right. And especially if you like their boyfriend. Like, if he's your friend too and y'all like hanging out.
Yeah. It's like, I like everybody here.
Yeah.
This
now
is
y'all
just,
having parties and I'm not invited no more. It's not I'm being punished.
Yeah, and it's like, all I was trying to do was be a good friend. Don't you want your wife or your girlfriend to have good friends?
So don't tell him if your nigga is cheating on you and you're my friend and I tell you, don't tell that nigga I told you because I still want him to feed both of us. Bitch, I still want to come to the pool.
Oh my goodness. And then another situation. Posting on social media in a relationship, like, is that important to you?
It used to be.
Like posting the person you're with?
It used to be, but now since we have grown to what we've grown to, it's not important to me. Where I actually would like, if it happens, it happens. I would never be like, don't you dare post me. But like, if
what is that voice?
I don't know. I just felt like Oprah and Color
That's
Purple.
what I pictured.
All my life I had to fight.
Yeah.
But no, like all my life I have had to fight on Instagram. But like, here's the deal. If it's a big deal for him and he just needs to post it, cool. If you don't want to do it, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to make an argument out of it. It's not a big deal for me anymore. It's not like this big confirmation of like, and now I know I'm the one because he could be posting you and cheating on you. I kind of want
They do it all the time.
Right. I personally I say kind of because I might post a holding hand or something to show that I am in a relationship, but we don't need to be plastered all over each other's pages. I don't really like that. People be ready to start shit in your relationship.
So how would you feel if somebody told you can't post me?
I mean, is it Aubrey Graham? Because sometimes
No.
okay.
He don't tell you nothing.
Okay. Is he saying this because like it's gonna mess up like?
Here's the situation. This couple, the guy is a trainer, so you know he's a hoe. He told the girlfriend she can't post him and he's not posting her, but he posts shit like he's single.
Now we have
I
a
feel like
problem.
people are lying because sometimes if there is a reason that you can't post, I'm
problem.
not really sure what reason that is. But if there's a legitimate reason, okay, but to be told that I can't, it's like, what's really going on?
If you're trying to portray that you
are
single and you're not, then that's different. You're sending a different message, and then
you
I'm
just
wondering.
found out lying and cheating, and you just want to cheat in peace. He said he couldn't post because of his business.
But is he saying that's gonna stop him from getting clients? Are you fucking your clients?
Child, I don't know. I would assume he's fucking his clients. I don't know the man. This is just a story that's being relayed through other people, but it did make me think that, like, why does this have an effect on you? I don't understand.
But then it also, those are the moments where like with women and stuff, like why doesn't she see that? Does the friend know that that's a red flag, bro? Are you like him so? That's another thing. Like, is it like, are you going to stay with him through this?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you just want to vent? Or like, do you want me to tell you that this is probably not a good situation? Like, because that's clearly when someone wants to portray that you're single and you're not single, that's weird. Unless, you are making millions and you're doing something, you're Prince Harry and the Queen is saying you can't let it out right now. You know what I mean? Like if it's
and you are not a prince.
And you're not a prince, you're a personal trainer.
Yeah.
That nigga's cheating. That's what I would think.
I would automatically assume that. And then it's like, let's just break up because you're stressing me out and pissing me off. And I just really don't want to be however old I really am. I had to fill out my age today for something. I really couldn't remember how old I was.
Really?
I had to do the math because I was like, I be lying so much. I don't know. Anyway, I just don't want to be at my big age arguing with somebody about Instagram. You know what the fuck is disrespectful and you know what's not.
And let's say that again.
Yeah. You know what the fuck is disrespectful and you know what's not.
And that's on everything, y'all. We all know when you're doing something that is disrespectful. It's very rare that you don't know it. Every now and again, it does some stuff, you're like, oh my God, I didn't want to offend you. But you know in a relationship specifically when what you're doing is going to bother your partner. Get out of here.
You absolutely do. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and move on to Indecisive Diane. And when we get back, we're going to answer some advice questions and share some cocktails.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey ladies, it's me, Diane, and I have a question for you this week. When you're dating these people, do you feel like you're getting to know them or you're just getting drunk? The next date you go on, I want you to really think about something that would teach you about the person you might drop your drawers for. If you're angry, maybe hit up a rage room. If you like musicals, go to a playhouse. Do something fun.
Okay, we are back from Indecisive Diane, and it's time for the advice. If you have a question that you want to ask us on the show, email it askcocktails@gmail.com.
If you have a question that you need to ask a professional, we advise you guys to go to talkspace.com. Use code CockTales, CockTales. You get $100 off. It is worth it if you struggle with anxiety, stress, men breaking your heart, stomping on your heart and your feelings all the time, and you need somebody to talk to. Talkspace has thousands of professionally trained therapists that can help you get through what you're going through.
If you just want some ratchet advice, send it to us. Okay, you got one.
Okay, the headline for this is Spicing Up Sneaky Dick. Call me Spice Girl. Hey, ladies. I love the show and how fun and normal you make sex talks. Finally caught up and a bitch needs help. I've been messing around with this guy on the low for almost a year, but we would only have sex once or twice a month. My sex drive is low unless I'm ovulating. With that being said, we never had a chance to truly talk about our sex interest, but would just figure it out in the moment. Fast forward to the last time we had sex, he pulled out all the stops, and the hot sweaty thing, the emoji. I'm talking whips, gags, all of that. The sex was amazing. Afterwards, I asked if I could bring a toy in the bedroom, and he seemed okay with it. But now he's a ghost. I want to continue having great sex, but I doubt it'll be with him. How do you meet someone that you're sexually attracted to and compatible with? Honestly, don't want to get to the bedroom and the guy is vanilla or he's into kinks I'm not comfortable with. My sex drive has risen since the night Mr. Ghost made my body react in ways I never thought it would. I don't want my next sexcapades to be terrible, so any advice would help. Love the show, ladies. Sent from my iPhone.
Honestly, girl, I want to win the lottery, but I'm going to have to play a few times to get a winning ticket, if I ever do.
True.
And it's the same thing with men. You can try and look at different things, and maybe you'll get some clues before you actually have sex, but you probably going to have to kiss a few frogs. And that's okay. It's going to help you. Don't be scared of it, because you can learn more about your body. You can learn more about pleasing another person. And I think that maybe one thing that you should consider is like how much he listens to what you actually want versus trying to put you in the box. Like, I know what I'm doing, you know? So a person who maybe doesn't know right away, but is aiming to please and he's asking you questions, he's communicating, that's probably going to be a better lay than somebody who thinks that he's God's gift to earth.
Right. And I will just add to that, if you are just looking for good sex, sometimes when you are meeting a man and you go on a date, there have been times when I do just get to the point and bring up sex. And we start having a sex talk, like it's an episode of CockTales. And I'm sitting here just having it with him because I know what I want this to be. If you're not looking for a relationship and you want someone that has good sex, I mean, it still might be a frog kisser because he might be lying. But it's okay to bring, you're grown. He's grown. Bring up sex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what kind of sex do you like? I've asked that question before. What type of sex are you into?
I've asked you.
Yeah. Are you shy?
Mm-hmm.
You like your booty hole played with? What you like? What's up? Can we get another round? You know what I mean? Just bring it up.
Yeah, may as well. Good luck, sis. And hopefully you can write us in a cocktail and you start having some great sex. Mm-hmm. Okay, so on that note, it's time for us to move on to the cocktails. If you have a cocktail that you would like to share on the show, you can send it to us, cocktails@atl@gmail.com.
But if he ain't got a buck, I won't cup him. Spend 100 on me, it ain't nothing. Wanna double D, so stuck. Back to the point. Is it some cash in this place? If it is, I'll probably stick the stats in your face, turn around. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. Was a hoe.
And before we actually read this cocktail, I do want to remind you guys, some of us are having sex with ourselves and some of us are having sex with people. No matter which category you fall into, you can head on over to dameproducts.com/cocktails. You can take a little quiz and find the sex toy that is going to be perfect for you. And it's not just toys. They have different lubes and all kind of other products, and they look nice. They're built, they're engineered by women. For women,
so
or
they got
people
vaginas,
with vaginas.
they know what we like,
and they're great. They're rechargeable. You don't have to worry about batteries.
If you're a couple looking for, a couple's toy, they have couple's toys. Valentine's Day is coming up. That's a perfect gift to give a couple.
You might need rush shipping at this point, but
right.
a
gift.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna read one cocktail, and then that'll be it. You wanna read yours, or you want me to read this one?
You go ahead.
Okay. This one says, the subject line was pill poppin' dry. Okay, hi girls. I feel like I know you. I'm a loyal listener. You both make my week so bright with your content. Anyway, please call me Sandy.
Hey,
because
Sandy.
This story is about a vag as dry as the Sahara Desert. Bitch, I feel for you already because I told y'all what happened when I took that Zyrtec D. Okay. Whew, flashbacks. A few weeks ago, I went on a getaway to the Caribbean with a sneaky link who is actually newly married. Damn. We had never
newly married. Oh, I'm never getting married.
We had never been anywhere together or had sex before, but he's been flirtatious in passing and curious about me for a long time. Out of nowhere, one afternoon, he contacted me asking me when I would be free to travel. I sent him my dates and bam, he booked us a trip to St. Lucia. Oh, okay. 2 weeks after he booked it, wheels up. Girl, he paid for everything. First class flights, luxury resort, excursions, etc. It was our first time being away together, and he couldn't wait to get inside of my tightly waxed box. I was just happy to be anywhere but the Bronx. This fine-ass, very generous man, and I couldn't wait to show him my appreciation. Fast forward to the sex. Although my vajoy box was extra super tight, it was as dry as the skin on a twice-baked potato down there. I didn't get it. Everything was right. The location, the atmosphere, the alcohol. Him. None of that was juicing me up, though. Pure dust down below. I tried giving him head to put some splash on the situation, but I had the worst case of cottonmouth ever. I didn't pack any lube because I'm usually naturally gushy, but with this man, I was serving up pure ash. The only thing that kind of saved us is that he does love to slurp the box. Also, his penis is really long and very thick, and thankfully, my tightness mixed with drinking lots of rum and the excitement of finally being together caused him to come quickly. There was no round two. The next day and night on our trip, the sex was even more dry. I was so embarrassed that I offered to give him head and sex in the shower just so there would be moisture. He declined my offer. Damn. The only thing wet coming out of me was tears, and I cried myself silently to sleep the 3 nights that we were away. He was very kind about it all, assuring me that my cactus of a coochie wasn't a problem. Fast forward even further. A few weeks after returning from our trip, I listened to a CockTales episode where Kiki mentioned that she doesn't take allergy pills before sex because they cause vaginal dry. That's what happened to you? I am so sorry. OMG, ding, ding, ding. That was it. The pills. I was popping Zyrtec on that trip trip from start to finish, even doubling up on the recommended dosage. That's exactly what it was. I did this because I was afraid that my allergies would act up, make me ugly in the face and ruin our getaway. Looking back, I would have preferred to have puffy eyes and a slippery cat over the desert heat that I was serving. I feel like we have a strong bond now. Until Kiki made the allergy pills leading to dryness connection, I actually thought that being parched in the peach was my bad karma for sneaking off to for sneaking off to the Caribbean with a married man. Anyway, I barely hear from him anymore since our dry excursion, and all I want now is a chance to redeem myself on that fat dick pill free. Thank you for the allergy meds advice, Kiki. It'll never happen again. Love, Sandy. Yes. If you missed that episode, y'all, the same thing happened to me.
I will never take Zyrtec. I don't have allergies, but if I ever get them because of that episode, I will never take Zyrtec.
Well, it was Zyrtec D specifically for me, but yeah, allergy medicine.
That's crazy that allergy medicine made your pussy dry.
But that's what it does. It's a decongestant. So if you don't want your pussy decongested, don't take that shit. Just sneeze and be like, baby, I'm sorry, it's my allergies, but do you want this wet pussy or you want the dry one? And that's just it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Please join us on Patreon. It's patreon.com/CockTales, where you will get new bonus episodes every single week. Mm-hmm. And then you can follow us on Instagram. We are at CockTales Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
I'm at Coffee Bean Dean.
And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye.
Wait on the track.
Bye. 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 Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.